we would want folks to be able to self-identify. I mean, in some ways, it's if you're looking to enroll in public benefits, so we have a lot of under-enrollment in Alameda County. So people who are eligible for CalWORKs or food stamps who haven't signed up yet. And so we want to make sure that those folks are signed up. That's definitely who we would consider low income. We also, people who are just entering the workforce, we have a lot of folks who are working more than one job who are still not able to make ends meet. And those people shouldn't be low income in our country, but unfortunately a lot of them are. And so we want to try to help them leverage that income. And then, you know, moderate income people in the Bay Area, because cost of living is so high, even middle class folks have trouble making ends meet. And so we really want to make sure that we pay attention to the needs that people have to make sure that their children and their families have a chance to succeed.
So there's no like eligibility criteria for people to say, well, I want to have this counseling. Am I able to qualify for this counseling?
No, we don't put a cap on any eligibility because we want to create long-term relationships. So if today you need to enroll in food stamps, we hope in 10 years you're planning for retirement, and we'd like to still be working with you that entire time. So because we want to see people increase their income and assets, we're not going to punish them for that. We, you know, doubtful that, you know, a CEO is going to come to us for financial counseling, but I'm sure we'd find something to do with that person. But we're really, it's about where we're targeting our efforts and about where the members of Alameda County CAN are currently directing their services. And we want to make sure that our resources are going to help the people who have the most need in the county.
Right. Well, the whole thing about, you know, we hear studies all the time saying that Americans are not really saving money.
Right.
And then also we're thinking, well, these people are low income. Where do they have money to save?
Right.
So how do you able to attract people when they are already low income and encourage them to save?
Right. Well, we definitely want to encourage people to save, but we also know that if you need to feed your kids this week, saving $5 may not be your priority. And that's why we talk about meeting folks where they're at, is because we want to look at the reality of your situation and your priorities and then work with you. But there are lots of opportunities for low-income people to save. An IDA program is a great example where someone could put in and get a match, a 2-to-1 match to help save for education or home ownership or to start a small business. So there are lots of opportunities to save, and I know ACCAP does some great work on credit repair and savings, and so there's good examples of ways that a financial counselor can work one-on-one with an individual to create a budget, create a plan, and to do something that works for you and your family to make sure you can save some money.
Yeah. Now, Nanette, I'm sure that probably quite a number of people can benefit this credit repair services, and you know,
absolutely.
You know, some working people that may need help, and I'm just thinking some seniors may need help, and even some young college students who came out, you know, with a large debt, and they probably need help. So what kind of experience you have seen and that you can share with us?
Wow, we've seen the gamut. You know, regarding who comes in, we've gotten engineers in, and we also get a lot of people that are actually very well employed, moderately employed, but it's a matter of re-gauging your spending and finding out what's realistic and responsible spending. We had one client, this being a low-income client out in Livermore, who was saving for a home through our IDA program, and her husband lost his job, and she was the only one working, and she came to our counselor and said, I am sorry, we're going to have to stop the program. We can't do this anymore. There's no money for us to save. And he sat down with them, and he went through their finances with them again, and he said, look, you could stop spending the $40 a week on Starbucks and put that money away. And they came and they spoke with our board and said, you know, we stopped spending on Starbucks, started making our own coffee, and we're in our new home. So there's always something there. There's always some slippage, some leakage of funding that goes out. And so we encourage people to really look at how they're using their money, what their character is around their money, their habits, and try to adjust them with the credit counselor. Once you come in, he really encourages you to do a spending plan every month so you know where your money's going. Does it really need to go there? He has you gauge a need versus a want. And that's extremely important. And you see people walk out with this glow on their faces when they realize that, you know, I don't really need that, but I can have that in 3 months if I do such and such. And then you bring in the EITC aspect to it and say, okay, you get your taxes done, and you're eligible for the Earned Income Tax Credit. We'll do your taxes for you for free. He can even do their taxes for them right then and there. We had one client actually need to have 5 years of taxes done, and they walked out with $20,000 coming back to them.
Wow.
It's an amazing amount of money that you can get to have come your way. And one woman that we were working with in Alameda, a single mom, she was a domestic violence survivor who had come up from Los Angeles and had a gorgeous daughter and had a low-paying job because she was on a bike and had to do whatever she could to get from her job to pick up her daughter and ride home. And she got $4,000 back and was just shaking. She said, I'm not used to a windfall, and I've been struggling for so long. What am I going to do with this money? So in talking with the financial counselor, she decided to spend a little on some necessities for the family, but then to take the rest of it and invest in a car. And she invested in a car. She was able to get a better job because she now had better transport, and she was able to just bump her lifestyle up from there. Exactly. And so it really can change lives very quickly.
And something that Nanette said is really important about EITC. Folks who make under $40,000 a year in Alameda County are eligible to have their taxes done for free through the United Way's Earn It, Keep It, Save It program, which I know you've been a champion of, Supervisor. And we want to encourage people to make sure that they do go to a free tax site. Some of the for-profit tax preparers like H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt can charge upwards of $300. And that's a lot of money when you're talking about your tax refund. So we want to make sure that both with your tax refund, EITC eligibility, which means the Earned Income Tax Credit, and also the rebate that the federal government is planning to send to families in a couple of months. That's a great time to think about, work support such as child care and transportation or savings, and thinking about long-term your financial health.
Yeah. Well, talking about EITC, Earned Income Tax Credit, is amazing what it does to local community and the families.
Absolutely.
And I forgot how many millions. They're talking about multi-millions of dollars come back. Yeah. And I know my office actually previous year did, my staff volunteered to do a few, help few families. And it was like one family, they were amazed to get back like $7,000, $8,000. And yeah. And so it really helped. In terms of getting to those free help with the sites, what's the best way for people to find out?
The best way for people to get information about financial counseling is either to call me. They're welcome to call me at my office, which is 510-893-2404, and I can help refer them. But really the best way to find information is to go on our website, which is alamedacountycan.org. And on our website we have a searchable resource directory. So if someone's interested in, say, credit repair, and they're in foreclosure, and maybe they need some help with legal assistance regarding their immigration status, they can choose those various activities, and our database will search for them which organizations in the county are the best match for them, and it will give them a list. Not only will it give them a list, but there's a Google map on there. There's directions to the site. It says who the contact person is, what languages are spoken at that location, how to get there via public transportation or driving directions. So there's a lot of really valuable information on our website, and we're currently updating it, so it's going to be even more searchable. And all of the free tax preparers in the county also have information about the site. So if an individual does go get their taxes prepared for free, that tax preparer will have a flyer about the services that are available through Alameda County CAN, and also information about how to go on the website and search for services.
That's great. Well, this is the advantage of having good technology these days.
That's
like
right.
We can find out
Make
so
a big
much
difference.
information. So, so they can search. But I think it's great is the person can identify what are the issues they're dealing with, and then they find a match.
Exactly. They find a match. And it's a good tool for financial counselors and any community-based organization. If someone at a domestic violence shelter has a client who needs some help getting into an apartment and needs to save money, then, go on our site and search under the rental housing tab, and you'll see what organizations could help your client with rental housing. So it's a good resource for individuals, but also for organizations, because it's a really well-rounded approach to people's needs to make sure that like I said, wherever someone's at, we have something that will fit their needs.
So how did all this work happen? You said that you just started last year.
Yeah, we have just had our 1-year anniversary of Alameda County CAN in February. The work really came out of the table of the Earned Income Tax Credit campaign in Alameda County. There was some desire to engage people year-round, besides just that one time when they walk into a free tax site, to make sure that there's some services and activities available to them beyond that one time a year. And so the steering committee for that campaign asked Urban Strategies Council to start a campaign on income and asset development. And so that's why I was brought on to start this campaign, and then gathered wonderful members who've all, through sweat equity in this first year, really started this work. And ACCAN and Nanette is one of the founding members of Alameda County CAN, and we're really thankful and proud of all the people who have put so much energy into this work.
That's really exciting work. And I learned about IDB. What do you call that? The matching IDA. Yeah, tell us about IDA.
Well, IDAs